What's up guys, we're here at round 3 Montmagny of DMCC, and this track once again is crazy by all standards. US, Europe, this track is serious. Really fast entry, 2 big banks, pretty technical, inner clips, zones, and a finish finale at the stands right in front on a huge stretch. I did some driving on my SimHQ sim rig and did some laps with Donnie and a couple other guys, and didn't get a lot of time because we set up the sim and then obviously life, kids, work. Probably played for 2 hours. I'm really glad I did because I actually thought we started somewhere else. I'm gonna show you guys what we did new and improved on the car. We keep doing things. We spent a lot of time on this pit cart, but we also had some things going down on the car. So the rear main seal, we put this funny block plate. It'll just keep the rear main from completely pushing out of the rear cover. It is not a fix. It does not solve any problems, but it will keep catastrophic failure at a minimum. Replaced the clutch discs. We redid the front bumper and headlight lenses here. You can see these look way cooler. But then the main thing that we did was this front splitter to support the bumper way better. So the issue that happens is with constant contact on the bumper, they just explode. They need way more support keeping the lower edge together. So we made this aluminum splitter. It only weighs 4.5 pounds, surprisingly. It does not weigh much, but it goes right to the subframe. And then this piece here, which is basically an air dam on like a race car, but the Corvette bumper actually ends like right there. So this is a 2-inch drop on the front bumper, so it sits much nicer. We still are running the stuff from Driftmasters. This fender was so tacoed in the Finland wall, and the same hood too, surprisingly. The only things we've really had to replace are front and rear bumpers. Now, we should replace the rear quarter. This one looks pretty bad. Given how many walls this has hit, it's not bad. If this was fiberglass, it'd be disappeared. Doors are rough, all right? I know you guys are gonna give me some slack, but these aren't great. But once again, it still is a door. So, and then we are running new front tires. Man, 265 R1Rs measure at 265, believe it or not. And a Velino 265 measures at 240. So we've been running a 265 Velino on the front forever. And everyone's like, you run a 265 front? I'm like, it's not that big of a tire. Well, it's because it's not actually 265. This is 265, and now this looks ridiculous. So we do have another set of Velinos if these don't work. We do have angle clearance, lock to lock, surprisingly, but it's such a big tire. We're gonna just see if it works for us. And these tires, they flash really well, they warm up really well. A lot of drivers use them and like them, plus they're a fantastic rain tire if you find yourself in the rain. Those are the new things. Along with the cart is hard parked, and I'm making a list as we go along of things that we already want to change, which is, you know, I find that stuff so much fun. The stuff that we do with drifting, driving is such a small percentage of it. The rest of it is constant improvement. And that's honestly what I like, I would almost say most about what we do, is just continuously bettering things, you know, about yourself, about your stuff, and then you get to test it in real life on the track and see how you can better that even further and further and further. And eventually you'll be so far ahead, you know, years down the line. That's all we got for you. We're gonna continue setting up the AC, the drapes, everything's cooking, or I should say cooling. Practice later, so we are gonna be running until like 11 tonight for practice. Sorry. The finals are always at night in DMCC. That's what makes this series also really cool. Looks like Troy's gonna get cooking.
Waterfall by the wayside,
battery isolator will shut the car off. The battery will shut the car off, but clearly it wasn't the battery. No, because the blue light stayed on. Right. So the only time, and you didn't happen to look over here and see the battery isolator? No. I turned it off, turned it back on. Keypad did a half cycle. Do you think it's the screen messing it up again when it gets hot? Like just unplug it?
Shut the car off.
I am aware of that. Both of those shut off. Nothing. But the blue lights was on. Then I pushed the blue light to shut the power off, pushed the blue light in again to turn the car on. The keypad did a half cycle and then stopped. And I'm like, that's super weird. And I think you're right on the exhaust. Did you look? Yeah, it's off. The whole exhaust slid back, yeah. Now what did I do with my 13? We're here at day 2. This is the competition. We're going over to the driver's meeting. I'm going to be asking at least one question based on the fact that the chase car is responsible for making corrections due to lead car's errors. Explain to us what you expect us to do when a lead car makes a mistake in the chase position. What do you expect us to do? So I'll think of how to say that much simpler than that, but I'm curious on their response and what they're going to say. It's a very simple question, but it could turn into a debate. We'll see.
Josiah?
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just have one question. Can you explain simply what the expectation is for the chase driver if a lead driver is to make a mistake? What do you want the chase driver to do?
Well, we want the chase driver to follow the leader, but automatically he will be in a disadvantage. So we take notes on the leader. So yes.
You want us to leave space for them to...
Not a lot of
You
space,
can predict
but you
that.
have to, like,
The lead car has to be responsible for the
We'll
run.
talk about that after, just you and us, because
But-
we already answered all the questions. They all know about what to do.
Well, I don't think we all know. We want you to follow, okay? And if he makes a mistake, we don't want you to straight because of his mistake.
On va sortir pour aller le rattraper.
Pense sur si le gars fait une erreur, mais il y a personne ici.
It's all learning, but I just wanted like real clear,
Yeah.
decisive.
Agree.
Okay, thanks, man.
Cool.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Merci.
We're making a very small wheel speed change, running 176 kilometers an hour right now. It's about 116 miles an hour. We're adding 10 kilometers an hour more. Really isn't much, but it will make a big difference. Oftentimes it does. So making a quick change on our quick change.
No, 100%. I mean, I think that is more the way they want you to win than straighten out now. So that was decent. I think you could have gave it a bit less of a gap, but that was good for a first.
Dude, you don't want to know, man. It keeps sliding off. Slip joints are awesome because they're fast and they seal well and they're great for ground clearance. That's the main reason we have them. But because they're a slip joint, they slip off. The burnout box is real aggressive and bumpy. Temporarily, I'm making a hook courtesy of my BC coilover adjuster. I have 6 of these in my box, so we bent her up. So here's the thing, we need to use a ratchet strap and pull the exhaust into the car to keep tension on the exhaust. We will fix this properly at the shop, but I need to hook onto the back of this, and if I use the hooks from the strap, it's just gonna get melted. So I need to use this hook to get the strap away from the exhaust. You could put this on design time. Never gonna be a product, but it might work. Also, our starter broke. Joel's working on just changing the solenoid to see if we get it to work, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, we have to pull the transmission. So the battery isolator is going over current for some reason when the starter is being used. So you go to hit the start button and then it just shuts off. So there's a bit of corrosion on here. So we're gonna try and clean this up, see if we can do something to maybe move the starter off this circuit so that the starter current doesn't pass through here, so that we only have just like PDMs and stuff, so the e-stop function will still work. But then the starter won't be drawing current, so we can't have an overcurrent. So we're just trying to help this thing baby it along until we can get back to the shop and replace it.
Because did that just happen? I don't have any context. Did that just happen on his last run?
Yeah, so the last run he was out there. So we've been having a lot of heat soaking issues because it's offensively hot today. And just the electronics were giving us some weird things this morning. We've decided that we would shut the car on and off in the pits when it's sitting there rather than just idling and baking the car. So in the process of that, now we shut the car off and go to turn it back on, and he was stuck there in the lineup for a few minutes because the car would just turn on and then you go to start and it would shut off immediately. Finally got it going enough that we could come back in, and then found that this was tripping every time. So we're just gonna bypass the starter on this, and hopefully that will make it happy enough to get through the day. Seems a little low on power, so I think the nitrous is gone. Okay. Yeah.
Funny story.
funny thing about that, we mentioned that, before, hey, should we do the thing? And we didn't do the thing. Should have done the thing.
When did you know you were out of nitrous?
On the run-ups. Usually I just roll into third, brakes it free, power shift to fourth, and throw it. And then I realized the third pulling wasn't pulling quite like it should have, and then I was like, whatever. So I just pinned it. And then extending to the second bank, you need quite a bit of power. And you could tell there, but basically the line was great. I just needed that hair of power, but an 89 is okay.
Did you hit something?
No.
It's 5 pounds in the start.
It looked a little flat.
It's leaking. There's a big dent in the rim.
Yeah, there's only 5 pounds in it. Yeah, it looked a little flat.
How you feeling, dude?
Good. This is the biggest crowd I think DMCC's had. This is what I was told. It's sold out. I don't know how many people this is. Probably 5,000 or something. Like I said, DMCC is pretty serious.
Eli, what are the odds you gritty in front of all of these people?
What? You
Hit
ready?
the Gwitty.
Hit the gritty right now. Yeah. Hey, hey.
From Ontario,
Mexico with a score of 89 points is Josiah Fale!
Little update. We won our top 16 battle. From here on out, it does speed up quite a bit and the battles are going to be becoming more and more intense. Once again, through this really long straight inner clip, the first one, really hard to see. Doesn't matter who you're going against, it's impossible to see. So we're trying something with Chris, the spotter. Basically, you need to hold angle for quite a while past the inner clip. It's really deceiving, but you have to stay floored towards the wall for like a good second and a half. And in the chase, it's really hard to gauge how long you've been holding it before switching because you can't see the wall because of their smoke or the corner because of their smoke. So Chris said now, and it worked really well. So if he says now, probably a little, I don't know, 40 feet later, I think we'll be on it because the next few guys, like myself, we make a ton of smoke and it's impossible to see. And unfortunately, because I'm leading first, I'm chasing second, which means the track is going to have a bunch of smoke on it already, so it's going to be even more difficult for me. On tracks like this, especially with no wind like right now, it's actually a disadvantage to chase second. We'll see how it goes. We're going to do our best. But all of these little factors play into the success of a drift event.
guys, here we go.
Nothing gonna last forever, baby. Nothing gonna last forever. I don't wanna spend some time, as long as we're doing fine. You can call every time you're
The transition right here.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna kill him. This transition here was crazy. That was a good final. This is a dream come true, battling Kevin in the finals. I've been seeing him, competing with him, driving with him forever, but we've never seen each other in the finals. Him or Tommy Lemaire, equivalent to top tier finals. This is a dream come true. And then everyone had their phones. I could see it when I was transitioning. It was the coolest thing ever. This is incredible. Like, these events are really something else.
Yeah, that everything was where you needed to be. Oh man, iCar's next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, from Ontario, taking the first place today, it's Josiah Felice!
Guys, this track is extremely fun. I've said it many times before. I've been in Drift Masters, I've been in Formula Drift, and the circuits in DMCC are by far the best. Other than a couple of Drift Masters tracks, they are about the same as these. But man, it is so much fun to drive with these guys. The fans are as good or better than all of Europe, which is all of you guys. It's incredible. I mean, while I'm driving, chasing Kevin, and I see all of the phone lights, this is crazy. Like, I see it while I'm driving, so to notice something like that is really impressive with this many fans. So thank you guys. I'm so happy to have my family here. I was really happy to battle my good friend, and yes, exactly, an FDF Podium. And we didn't get to see each other, but we will see each other again soon, I'm sure. We're gonna share many podiums. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you. You guys are amazing fans.